Let's take a deep dive into one of the most beautiful and iconic moths of the temperate world, the garden tiger moth, or Arctia. Known for its vivid wing patterns and fascinating biology, this moth has captured the imagination of lepidopterists and nature lovers alike. In this video, I'll quickly show you how to breed this species from start to finish. Or rather, I'll show you how I managed to do it myself. From tiny eggs to fully grown winged adults. Along the way, we'll talk about their natural history, how to take care of them, and some of the more remarkable variations that you might see. These tiny, pearl-like structures are the garden tiger moth eggs. A female will lay them in neat clusters, often on the underside of leaves or on the underside of containers in captivity. They're only a few millimeters across and they're almost translucent when freshly laid. Incubating them is surprisingly simple. You can use a plastic container, a petri dish, or anything similar. The key is to keep them at room temperature, usually between 80 to 22 degrees, although they can handle warmer. There is no need for fancy equipment. Just keep the container somewhere safe and dry, out of direct sunlight. All you need to do is wait, and if all goes well, you'll see this. That's right, one by one hundreds of eggs have hatched, and suddenly the surface of your container comes alive with dozens, sometimes hundreds of minuscule caterpillars. It's a moment of quiet wonder, from stillness to motion in the blink of an eye. At this stage, they're incredibly fragile, and they must be fed as soon as possible after hatching to ensure they start growing properly. Now begins the most active phase of their life cycle. The caterpillars, also known as woolly bears, are covered in long bristly hairs. A mix of black and rusty brown that gives them their iconic fuzzy appearance. You can rear them in a few different ways. One option is to place fresh food plants in a mesh cage and let the larvae roam freely. You can grow these food plants in a pot, and they are happy to feed on potted plant. This simulates a more natural environment and gives them the space to move. Another method, especially that's useful when space is limited and you don't have time to grow plants in pots, is to keep them in well-ventilated plastic containers. These containers can be lined with paper towels. It's important to keep things clean. Replace food and paper regularly to avoid mold and bacterial growth, which can be deadly at this stage. The caterpillars are generalists, meaning that they'll eat a wide range of common plants. Some of their favorites include dandelion, bramble, willow, cherry, and clover. Offering a variety of food helps promote healthy growth and allows you to observe how different diets affect their development. And yes, the growth can vary a lot. Some caterpillars shoot up quickly while others take their time. Temperature plays a major role here too. Cooler conditions will slow down their development, while warmer temperatures tend to speed things up. It takes about 6 to 12 weeks for them to reach full size. Some individuals are much slower than others, so it really depends. As they grow, they molt several times, shedding their skins as they expand. You'll begin to notice their personalities too. Some are bold and adventurous, and others are slow and cautious. They are really fun to watch. When the caterpillars are ready to pupate, they start to wander restlessly. This is your cue that the next stage is about to begin. They often spin loose and scrappy looking cocoons made of silk, hairs, and whatever plant debris they can gather. It's a rather casual construction compared to some other moths, but it does the job. Inside, something miraculous happens. Over the next few weeks, the caterpillar undergoes a complete metamorphosis and will turn into a moth. But first they pupate. That's right, inside the cocoon lies the pupa, a smooth brown case holding the developing adult. Keep the cocoons at room temperature in a box with paper towels with some vertical supports like sticks or mesh. The emerging moths will need something to climb up as they unfurl their wings, which is a delicate and crucial process. For this they usually need vertical surfaces and they need to be able to hang. So in about 4 to 6 weeks, maybe a bit longer depending on temperature, the first moths will hatch from these pupa. This is one of the most exciting moments in the entire breeding process. Make sure your camera is ready. When they emerge, garden tiger moths are a marvel to behold. Each one is unique, with its own pattern and intensity of color. Some are rich crimson, while others lean towards orange, and some, in very rare cases, are yellow. Their hind wings are adorned with black spots that vary in number and shape, making each moth as individual as a fingerprint. And the color variations are more than just decoration. They reflect a combination of environmental influence and genetic variability. A fascinating reminder that even within a single species, diversity flourishes. It's also a warning signal, because the moths can be pretty poisonous. The bright colors warn predators not to eat them. The moths are most active at night, so it's hard to show their activity in this video. During the day they sit still, but at night they flutter in short bursts and the males seek out the females. If housed together in a spacious enclosure, such as a pop-up cage, you may see courtship behavior and mating within just a few days. This is what mating looks like. The male and female are attached to each other by their abdomen. After mating, females begin laying eggs within 24 to 48 hours. The clusters are often large, sometimes containing several hundreds of eggs. If you provide leafy surfaces or plastic walls, they'll readily use them. And just like that, the cycle begins again. Watching the eggs hatch and knowing that you're continuing the species' legacy, even in a small way, is deeply rewarding. If you're interested in more in-depth tutorials on moth breeding, you're in the right place. I've got detailed guides for beginners and advanced keepers alike, and a community of moth nerds who are just as excited as you are. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If this video helped you, inspired you, or sparked your curiosity, consider subscribing. And don't forget, the moths may be small, but their world is vast. This is my secret second channel, by the way. If you want to see more of my videos, search for my name, Bart Coppens. On this channel I post summaries, outtakes and short versions of long videos from my main channel. Hope to see you there too. Breeding garden tiger moths is not only a great introduction to Lepidopteran biology, it's a surprisingly emotional journey. You witness transformation, growth, survival and renewal. You learn to observe small things closely and to appreciate the rhythms of life often overlooked. Hope you're one of those people as well. Thanks for watching.